Here under my shelter, gonna pack up. In this tunnel, when it's black, $20 worth of groceries. I got 4. Okay, after 3 days of straight rain in Japan on and off, I'm here under my shelter, gonna pack up, and looks like I'm finally gonna get a Sunday. So let's hope the sun stays out for me. All right, this is the park that they marked for camping, which would be great if you are with a tent. Like I say, wasn't great for the hammock, but I made it do, and it's a beautiful place, beautiful scenery, so enjoy it. Okay, on this side would have been the only place I probably could have hung the hammock using one of those posts and then tied to up over on that side. Would have been able to do it. Or also a little farther down, same on this part of the on-ramp. Just hang the hammock, use one of these posts, and then the tie over there to tie it up. But then I would have been exposed to the rain for the full day. So I think it was better off doing the other one. Okay, in the handicap stall, I just found electricity, so I'm going to charge up the phone here real quickly. Get a few on my power bank before I take off. Well, I guess I'm going to have to look better in the toilets and other places for electricity. But since I got electricity right now and I'm down to nothing on the power bank, nothing on the phone, I'm going to sit here for about a half an hour, do a quick email or two, check a couple things, and power up and charge up a little bit before I head up the road, double check my maps and everything. While I have that, then I'll be testing the solar panel for the rest of the day, for the rest of the stuff I can get out of it. The houses, the bonsai trees, and all that makes this such a nice, unique experience. Also, right now, I have a nice sidewalk again going up, so we'll enjoy it. The reason to come in springtime, everybody comes to see the blossoms, cherry blossom trees. Okay, after 3 days in the cities, crossing through cities, we've hit the countryside and nice mountain roads. Weather's okay, it's sunny in the daytime today, so we'll keep going. Okay, I can't complain so far today. Sun is out, on and off. It's fairly pseudo warm. The bike path is on and off the road. It's okay. A few sections that put you on the road, but overall safe and good drivers. Okay, there's the tunnel bypass. And then here is the tunnel itself. Since it has a bike path on the side, I'm gonna take that. Okay, in Japan, they have a little culture of selling stuff at the places. So they have little coffee shops, little student shops, little places. Hello. Good food. Little food places, different things. Nice restaurants, and this one. And then, of course, the cherry blossoms. Okay, one quick note. In Japan, be careful when you go into cities. You might only have one grocery store in an entire city. The rest are the convenience stores, which have the mildly things, but if you want the grocery store prices and some better items, make sure when you get into a town, first thing you do is see where the grocery store is, so you don't just pass it and then have to go back a few odd kilometers. Because from here, it's 40 kilometers one way to the next grocery store, and it's 50 kilometers the next way to the next grocery store. There will be some 7-Elevens, Larson's, and the other little cheap places, convenience stores, but you pay the price there. $20 worth of groceries. I got 4 pastas, 2 regular pastas, 2 sauces, half a kilo of sugar, a soy milk, a dozen eggs, or 10 eggs, some granola, mashed potatoes, 3 bananas, and 3 donuts. Cost me 20 bucks, not bad. Okay, after resupplying, getting about $20 worth of food, loading up my bike totally. The only thing I didn't get was water, because they didn't have refillable stuff.
The other one was expensive, so I'll try up the road and see. Hopefully at the places I'm going to, they have it. Otherwise, weather is warmish. We're in the mountains. I got a couple more mountains to cross, and then back down to the coast, and then back over again. It's going to be a lot of zigzagging by the way this route looks, but so far it's beautiful, so long as the weather holds decent like this, and I can find food. Like I say, yeah, really got to go if you want good food or decent stuff for an okay price to the grocery stores. And the problem is they're not in every town. Mostly have 7-Elevens and all that stuff, so you got to look around and make sure you pick them out before you go through town. Okay, a bit again like China, you have to look for these bike routes. They're nice, they get you off the main roads for a bit. They go different places, but how you find them and everything else, probably gotta, if you're gonna do certain things, map it way out before you come, because it's the only way you're gonna be able to figure it out. Of course, don't expect the signs to be in English or anything like that. Tell you what's going on. I guess they do. But a beautiful area. Nice little riverside ride. Well, by the looks of the blossom trees here, this would be something to see in the next week or two when it's in full blossom. But as we say, we can't get everything every time. Just gonna enjoy it, but it's crowded when it's blooming. This one again is for Mark. Flush the toilet, stop the toilet, rinse the rear end, rinse the front end, friendly music, some other stuff, heat the toilet. Make sure your toilet's hot and cold. Make sure your water's hot and cold. Bum gun to the max. I guess if you're really desperate for power, you could unplug this and charge your phone or something. But otherwise, yeah. This area is going to be about the rock formations and the rock things. Seems to be something that goes on up around this area. I got the maps and stuff, but it's got some steep climbs as well. Okay, this is the rock formation area. It's famous ride up and down through this mountain region up here. Brings you up and down. See these rock formations and this stuff. Interesting. This looks like it's a lava flow from volcanoes. Volcano. It's just gorgeous through this park. It's a geo park. Had the geo stuff up top. Now we're into the forest, and then whatever's next. But it's beautiful. Camping, not yet. Have to find that rest stop. Should have taken the one up top the hill. Okay, one thing I found out in Japan, because it's cold in the morning, you sleep in a little bit. It's about 8 o'clock. I came late on this road. It was completely dark when I got here. This is a back road for bicyclists. And then I found this little shelter, which was nice, and therefore I was able to pull in, tie the hammock up in here, and then have a nice place to spread out and cook. So now I'm gonna break everything down, have my breakfast. I don't have a pot cozy yet, so I'm using this that I got in China to wrap around and keep the food warm while I cook it. And like I say, it's a beautiful spot. I would have gone to the normal camping area, which is supposed to be about another 500 meters up, but I'll show you the cave, or I should say the tunnel that I saw in the night, and there's no way I was just going to go through the tunnel in the middle of the night. So imagine this tunnel when it's black and dark outside. There is no light on either side, so you've got to come into it like this. And even here you see, going this far, how dark it gets. So last night, as it got darker and darker, I got into this area to the point where it got pitch black riding, but had no choice because the campgrounds is supposed to be here. I guess I could have camped inside these trees here, but since you don't know, like the school groups that come by early in the morning, it's not proper in Japan to do that, so it upsets people, so you don't want to do that. Okay, this is supposed to be the official spot where I was allowed to stop and camp last night. Nice little trees and stuff. And now we'll get back to the road. Okay, one of the big things in Japan is everywhere you go, you get the stamp. So you're supposed to get your stamp, so it's the places you go and visit. Believe it or not, that's a kite. Since cherry blossoms are starting to bloom everywhere, some will bloom early, some will bloom later. The biggest bloom comes, they say, in another week or so. But as you can see along these nice pathways, beautiful cherry blossom trees. And that's what everybody drives up into the mountains for. Okay, the cherry blossoms come in a couple of varieties of color, as you see. The pinkish orange ones here. Riding alongside a bike route, seeing little baby bonsai trees guiding the way. You see a lot of fruit trees alongside the road here, but in Japan, one thing you'll notice, the fruit is left. People don't just take the fruit from the trees, not like as in China and other places. Here you can get the medal or medallions. The medallions are not badly priced, a little necklace or ring. But then over here you can have it custom stamped for another bit. You put your coin in there and it'll stamp the coin with your Japanese letterings. To enjoy these temples and find out different things and information, as I found, I'll put in the beginning the prayer methods and everything else I just found. Hopefully they turn out good enough that everybody can see. The beauty of these shrines is so nice. I don't know what I'm allowed to walk into and what not allowed to walk into yet. There's a lot of tour groups, beautiful flowers, everything else. So I may skip it down to not walking around, but just each individual building as I get to something to enhance it a little bit more. This one has the different things. If I was to take the app and walk around and have it converted to English, that would probably be better, but I don't have the time. Okay, here we see the little umbrella offerings and put here on the trees. Over here, you'll have seen earlier in the video the water wishing, how to do it. That you do it properly when you come to one. Trying not to videotape the Japanese while I'm walking because it's improper. Again, we'll talk about the Guardian. I'm not sure what that one is yet. I'll have to look into that. Our ropes, our ties, our beautiful woodwork, our tassels, our drum, our halter, and that's that one. Okay, Year of the Horse. Don't know if that's what that's about. Some would say they don't like this. That's the swastika. It's in Buddhism. Back here, we're gonna zoom out. This is the archway. I'll get a picture of it in a minute. Here's one little prayer cloth area where you tie your, by the way it looks of it, wishes. The second altar here again is our water well, where you gotta do your procedures, and then you can tie your wishes there. And then you come to the main temple. And here at the main temple, again, the little guardians are at the outer sky. We have our wood. We have our rope. Here, people have put plaques, sketched plaques and different things. The box for giving your blessing money, second blessing money, the arches, beautiful wood created buildings. I'm going to zoom in, and that's okay. We're going to go around some of these littler ones, and you'll have to pause for this to read what that is. Okay, and then I'm going to come around, and we're going to try to share as much as we can, typical as we see in the movies, the Japanese sliding door house with the mats. You see sliding doors, different areas of the house. And like I said, we'll try to share as much as we can. I don't know much about the stuff, but we'll just take the pictures and share. Alright, this one seems to be a little bit bigger one. This must have been for more than one person. But we'll go around it here. The house is built, where we're allowed in and where we're not allowed in. Apparently, we'll go to different things. And you can see the sliding doors in between the different rooms, different things, the mats, the structures, the windows are sliding. Very simple. Made with bamboo and wood, bamboo ceilings, bamboo and wood. Again, we'll get a little bit of close-up of this because this is what it is. And this will show, as we see, the typical Japanese. Okay, again, a big thing here is like the souvenir book, where they do a book, and then they do the stamps. And you pay for the stamps in some places the stamps are free. So you can get yourself some your souvenir books, your cover for your books, different things that they sell, medallions and trinkets, and some are, as we say, for the church or for prayer. Since I don't understand what most of them say. And the prices vary, of course. And then the famous umbrellas And then as you see, the umbrella is probably one of the most popular. It's $2 to hang one. And then the ham. All the places. Okay, I'll put a still copy of this poem. And there's the rock. And where it's carved into. Okay, they have what they call a tricycle station. Tricycle, not really, it's a bicycle, not a tricycle. 3 wheels is tricycle. And same thing, just like Japan and China, you just come and you share and you pay accordingly. 550 yuan for 1 hour. Oof! Okay, again, sort of like China, some of the other places, tunnels aren't clearly marked which ones you can go through and which ones you can't. As long as they have a sidewalk, you can go through. Okay, this one looks like it would have benches, a little place there. Here it's a port, so this is supposed to be the rest area. I'll see if I can find electricity or anything. Otherwise I go on from here. Even the truck stops here. The truck stops have menus, prices or whatever, small portions, but they have stuff, as well as have a big grocery store, selection of stuff. Prices are a little bit higher than other places, but in general, not bad. Okay, again, the restaurants have selection of food. As you see, 1,000 to 2,000, so you're talking, where is it? Decent chunk of change. Some areas like this, you could camp if you had to, but the Japanese they don't say anything, but it's really frowned upon, so you may or may not get issues. The scenery is definitely beautiful and worth it. Figuring out where to go uses up a lot of battery life and different things. Second of all, you're not supposed to do what I'm doing now, ride and record at the same time, which kind of defeats the video purpose, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do here. Okay, this one officially is a Buddhist temple, they say. So I'm gonna take a quick walk into here. And over here you have the little Buddha here. It's a graveyard. Has another little temple area here. So that's the main temple up there. It's closed. And of course, the normal prayer rocks and things like that, but of course the nice trees, the nice things. This is something unusual, a fisherman Buddha. Never seen one of those before. Sliding doors like the last place, typical Japanese style. Again, I'll figure out what that's called. The trees have bloomed out a little bit. And then another one up here. There are always two choices. One is to take the mountainous coastal roads or take the inland mountain roads. This is a volcanic island, so everything is up and down. The bike pathways at times are really not so nice. It's going to be hectic because they're very narrow, have a lot of shit in them sometimes and everything else, but as you see, the road is busy, so this is where they want you. You'll find lots of little funny things in Japan, like tsunami warning, because that's what it is. You do get tidal waves and tsunamis here. Beautiful rock outcrops. Used to be a seating section, but must have got hit. As people will see, I enjoy going to temples just because they're usually extremely interesting with what's inside them. what you'll see, how they're decorated, how they're built. A lot of them you can't go in, but it's still nice to look at them. Train tunnel, well, landslide part, car part, and bike part on the outside. Okay, this must be one of the rest areas. You can see all the Japanese putting up tents and stuff. No place to hang the hammock, but basically it's a good little place to camp. There's a little shelter there and everything else. I don't know if it's just because it's early in the season or what, but a lot of these walking trails aren't clean at all, make it horrible for biking, put you back on the street. Okay, the coastal roads were having limited places for camping and that kind of stuff, at least for hammock. So I've decided to go back into the mountains, catch back the length of Japan route. I'm only off for a day, and then see where it brings me. Alright, this back road may be overgrown and everything else, but at least it looks like there's continued camping along here. It's a steep climb all the way up to the top, so it is what it is, but I'll be camping somewhere below the summit tonight. So, one of these lovely places. Okay, we're just about the top of one of the hills after I changed the route, so I found a nice place here. It's up off the road is just over there, and it's a good place for camping for the night, make my dinner. It's almost sunset time, so cook real quick and call it a night.